Welcome back to episode 2. Jungkook, you read it. Taehyung didn't look away. Taehyung, yes, and I want answers. Jungkook scoffed, running a hand through his hair. Jungkook, so now you know, huh? That your precious sister ruined my life. Taehyung clenched his fist. Taehyung, what did Jisoo do? Jungkook's expression twisted with pain and anger. He took a deep breath before speaking, his voice lashed with bitterness. Jungkook, she killed my sister. Taehyung's breath hinges. Taehyung shocked. What? Jungkook's eyes glistened with emotion he had put for years. Jungkook, my sister, Yona. She loved your sister, Jisoo. They were dating. Taehyung's lips parted in shock. Jungkook, Hyuna loved Jisoo with everything she had, but Jisoo, she never loved Hyuna the same way. Taehyung shook his head. Taehyung, no, that can't be true. Jungkook laughed bitterly. Jungkook, oh, of course, you wouldn't believe it. You were always the innocent one, weren't you? Taehyung swelled hard. Taehyung, if they were dating, then why do you blame my sister? Jungkook took a deep step closer, his eyes burning with rage. Jungkook, because she left her. Taehyung stayed silent, his heart pounding. Jungkook, Hyuna begged her not to go. She cried, she pleaded, but Jisoo, she just walked away as if Hyuna meant nothing to her. Jungkook's voice cracked. Jungkook, and that night Hyuna took her own life. Taehyung gasped softly, his eyes widening in horror. Taehyung whispering, no, no, my sister wouldn't. Jungkook's eyes glistened, but his jaw remained tight. Jungkook, she did, and she never looked back. She moved on as if nothing happened. Jungkook clenched his fist. Jungkook, I lost my only sister. Silence fell between them. Taehyung felt his knees go weak. His mind was spinning. Jisoo and Yuna together, his sister being the reason for someone's death. But what about his sister's death? No, it can't be. Taehyung shaking his head. You are lying. My Jisoo Nona died because of you all. Jungkook clenched his laughter empty. Jungkook, I wish I was. Taehyung's hand trembled. His sister never mentioned anything like this. She never showed any guilt, any pain. Could Jisoo really have been so heartless? Taehyung whispering, there must be more to this story. Jungkook sighed, rubbing his face. Jungkook, it doesn't matter anymore. Taehyung looked at him, his heart heavy. Taehyung, then why are you still hurting me? Jungkook frozen. Taehyung stepped closer, his voice short but firm. Taehyung, if you want revenge, you got it. You forced me into this marriage, you made me suffer. But if Yona gone, Jisoo Nona is gone. Will this inside him breaking, but he didn't want it to show it. Jungkook muttering, I don't know anything. Taehyung watched him, searching his face for the first time since their marriage. He sighed. Jungkook's pain and it hurt. Taehyung softly, I'm not my sister, Jungkook. Jungkook looked away. Jungkook, I know. Silence stretched between them. The weight of the past loomed over them both. But Taehyung wasn't ready to accept everything as the truth because something still didn't make sense and he was going to find out what. The air between them was thick with tension. Taehyung's heart pounded as he took a deep breath. His hands were shaking, but he had to say it. Taehyung firmly. Jisoo didn't have Yuna because she wanted to. She was forced. Jungkook frowned, his eyes narrowing. Jungkook, what are you talking about? Taehyung clenched his fist. Taehyung, your father, he came to our house. Jungkook's entire body stiffened. Jungkook, don't bring my father into this. But Taehyung didn't stop. His voice shook with emotion. Taehyung, he threatened us, Jungkook. He told my parents that if Jisoo didn't leave Yuna, he would destroy our entire family. Jungkook took a deep step back, his face unreadable. Jungkook, that's a lie. Taehyung's eyes burned with frustration. Taehyung, it's not. That's the truth. Jungkook, my sister never wanted to leave Yuna. She loved her. But your father, Jungkook suddenly grabbed Taehyung's wrist. His grip tight. His breathing was heavy. His eyes filled with disbelief. Jungkook shouting, "Stop lying!" Taehyung flinched but stood his ground. Taehyung softly, "I'm not lying." Jungkook's hand trembled as he released Taehyung. Stepping away, he looked lost, his mind struggling to accept the words he just heard. Jungkook shaking his head, "My father would never do that. He loved Yuna. He was strict, but he wouldn't threaten someone like that." Taehyung let out a bitter laugh. Taehyung is strict. He ruined my sister's life. He took away her happiness, and because of that, Yuna, see Jungkook's breathing become uneven. His hands curled into his. Jungkook muttering, "No, you are twisting the truth." Taehyung looked at him, his eyes filled with sadness. Taehyung, you think I would lie about something like this? Jungkook's lips parted, but no words came out. He wanted to deny it. He wanted to call Taehyung a liar, but the sincerity in Taehyung's eyes made his heart waver. Jungkook whispering, "My father loved me. He isn't a bad man." Taehyung sighed, his voice softer now. "Taehyung, I know he is a good father to you, but that doesn't mean he was a good man to everyone else." Jungkook muttering, This doesn't make sense." Taehyung felt a pang of sympathy. He knew what it was like to love family unconditionally. He understood why Jungkook didn't want to believe him. Taehyung softly, "I know you love your father, Jungkook, but you need to accept that he might not be the man you thought he was." Jungkook turned away, rubbing his temple. His mind was in chaos. Jungkook whispering, "I need to think." Taehyung nodded, watching as Jungkook walked away, his shoulder heavy with the weight of the truth. Taehyung knew this wasn't over because now the past was unrelieving and the truth was only beginning to surface. The rain poured heavily outside, the sound echoing through the cold mansion. Taehyung sat on the couch in their bedroom, staring at the diary he had found days ago. The one where Jungkook had planned to ruin his life, but now things felt different. Jungkook's anger has lessened. His touch wasn't as rough as before. His eyes, once filled with hatred, now carried something else. Something Taehyung couldn't understand. Just then the door cracked open. Jungkook stood inside, his white shirt slightly damp from the rain. His hair was messed, his expression unreadable. Looked up, his heart pounding. Taehyung softly, "You are late." Jungkook didn't respond immediately. He walked towards the table, pouring himself a drink. The silence was thick, almost suffocating. Finally he spoke. Jungkook quietly, "I was thinking." Taehyung frowned. "Thinking about what?" Jungkook took a sip before setting the glass down. He turned to face Taehyung, his dark eyes unreadable. "Jungkook, about you, about me, about everything." Taehyung's hand curled into fist. "Taehyung, Jungkook, what do you really want from me?" Jungkook sighed. He walked closer. "Jungkook, at first I wanted to see you suffer. I wanted to feel the pain I felt." Taehyung breathed inches, but he didn't look away. Jungkook, "But now I don't know anymore." Taehyung swelled hard. "Taehyung, what do you mean?" Jungkook took another step forward, standing right in front of him, his fingers clenched as if he wanted to touch them, but stopped himself. Jungkook, I hate that I don't hate you anymore. Taehyung's chest tightened. He stared into Jungkook's eyes, trying to find the truth behind his words. Taehyung, then why do you still hurt me? Jungkook let out a bitter laugh, running a hand through his damp hair. Jungkook, because I am a coward. Because I don't know how to deal with this. Thanks was trembled. Taehyung, deal with what? Jungkook inhaled deeply, his expression unreadable. For the first time, Jungkook, I love you, Taehyung. Taehyung's breath catch in his throat. Taehyung whispering, you're lying. Jungkook stepped closer, his voice desperate. Jungkook, I wish I was. Taehyung shook his head, stepping back. His mind was spinning. Taehyung, you spent so long trying to hurt me, and now you expect me to believe this? Jungkook clenched his jaw. Jungkook, I know I don't deserve your love, but I can't. Taehyung's breath catch in his throat. Taehyung whispering, you are lying. Jungkook stepped closer, his voice desperate. Jungkook, I wish I was. Taehyung shook his head, stepping back. His mind was spinning. Taehyung, you spent so long trying to hurt me, and now you expect me to believe this? Jungkook clenched his jaw. Jungkook, I know I don't deserve your love, but I can't lie to myself anymore. Silence stretched between them. Taehyung's heart ached with confusion. He had hated Jungkook for the way he treated him, but somewhere along the way, his heart had betrayed him too. Jungkook reached out hesitantly, his fingers bruising Taehyung's wrist. Jungkook whispering, I'm scared. Taehyung's eyes widened. Taehyung, of what? Jungkook swelled hard, his voice raw with emotion. Jungkook, of losing you. The confession sent a shiver down Taehyung's spine. Jungkook looked so broken, so different from the cold, revenge driving man he once was, but could Taehyung trust him? Could he trust his own heart? As the storm raged outside, so did the emotion between them, and Taehyung wasn't sure if he. He would ever find peace again. That night was cold and the air thick with the unsettling silence. Taehyung stood in doorway of their shared bedroom, watching Jungkook. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, his face bruised in his hands. Papers were scattered around the floor, documents, photographs, and letters, each one a piece of puzzle that revealed the horrifying truth about his father. Taehyung's heart clenched at the sight. Taehyung softly, Jungkook. Jungkook didn't move. He didn't acknowledge Taehyung's presence, but his fingers curled into fist against his forehead. Taehyung, I know you are hurting, but can you keep doing this to yourself? Jungkook let out a bitter glance, finally looking up. His eyes were red, filled with exhaustion and anger. Jungkook, do you have any idea what it's like? Taehyung stays silent, waiting for him to continue. Jungkook's voice shaking. To look up to someone your entire life only to find out they are a monster? Taehyung's breath hinges. Jungkook laughing bitterly. I spent my whole life thinking my father was a good man, a strict man, yes, but one who loved his family, and now I find out he was the reason for everything. Yona's pain, Jesus' death, my suffering. Thing stupid closure. Thing you are not responsible for this. Son, his son's Jungkook clenched his jaw. Jungkook, then why does it feel like I am Taehyung's side, is sitting beside him on the bed? Taehyung, because you loved him, because you trusted him. Jungkook, trust turned to face him, eyes filled with pain. Jungkook, and now I have to destroy him. Taehyung swelled hard. Taehyung, you don't have to do this alone. Jungkook scoffed. Jungkook, I am alone. Taehyung reached for his hand, gripping it tightly. Taehyung, no, you're not. Jungkook stared at their hands for a long moment before pulling away. Jungkook, you shouldn't be involved in this. Taehyung's voice was firm. Taehyung, I already am. Jungkook exhaled sharply, standing up and passing the room. Jungkook, Jihan has been pulling his strings for years. I have Yoongi digging into his file. Even when he was arrested, he played the enchanting card and people believe him. Taehyung frowned. Taehyung, but you have evidence, right? Jungkook nodded. Jungkook, yes, but it's not enough to prove that he is lying. If he is declared legally insane, he will avoid a real sentence. He will be protected. Taehyung bit his lips deep in thought. Then we need to prove he is not insane. Jungkook scoffed. Jungkook, easier said than done. Taehyung stood up, determination in his eyes. Taehyung, you said Yoongi is helping, right? Then let's work with him. There has to be something that proves Jihan knew. Because I know what it feels like to lose someone you love to a light. Jungkook's chest tightened. Jungkook, even after everything I did to you, you're still standing beside me. Taehyung hesitated. He then nodded. Taehyung, I don't know if I can forgive you yet, Jungkook, but I know you are not your father, and if you want to fight this battle, then I will stand with you. Jungkook's lips parted slightly, his expression unreadable. For the first time in a long time, he felt something shifted inside him. Hope. A knock at the door before the moment broke the moment. Jungkook straightened. Jungkook came in. The door opened, relieving Yoongi. His face was grim. Yoongi was have a problem. Jungkook, what happened? Yoongi handed him a folder. Yoongi, Jihan is moving. He is pulling strings from inside the faculty. If he didn't act fast, he will disappear. Thanks as wouldn't. Taehyung, what do you mean disappear? Yoongi's voice was tight. Yoongi, I mean he might be planning an escape. Jungkook's blood ran cold. Jungkook whispering, no, that can't happen. Taehyung placed a hand on his arm. Taehyung, then we stop him. Jungkook looked at him, his heart pounding. For the first time, he wasn't fighting alone. And he wouldn't let his father win, not this time. The air inside the mansion was heavy with tension. Jungkook sat on the leather couch in his study, his fingers gripping edge of the phone as he replayed the video of the 900th time his mother Somin was crying, pleading for help. Jihan's cold voice echoes in the head. Kill Ji So's family and I will give you what you want. Jungkook's jaw clenched. His entire life had been a lie. Jihan wasn't his father. His real parents had been murdered and now his real mother was suffering because of the man who rushed him. A hand touched his shoulder. Taehyung softly, Jungkook, stop torturing yourself. Exhale sharply, rubbing his temple. Jungkook, how do I stop Taehyung? How do I pretend this isn't happening? Taehyung sat beside him, his gaze firm. Taehyung, by remembering that you are not Jihan, you are not a killer. Jungkook scoffed. Jungkook, he rushed me to be one. Taehyung, then prove him wrong. Monster he wants me to be. Taehyung reached for Jungkook's hand, squeezing it gently. Taehyung, then we find another way. Jungkook stared at their intertwined fingers. Taehyung's warmth was grounding, reminding him that he wasn't alone in this. A knock on the door made them both tense. Yoongi, it's me. Jungkook sighed. Jungkook came in. Yoongi entered and face grinned. Yoongi, we have a problem. Jungkook's heart sank. Jungkook, what now? Yoongi tossed a file onto the table. Yoongi, Jihan's pencilistic elevation is fake. He with the doctor to declare him insane. He is planning something bigger. Taehyung frowned. Taehyung, like what? Yoongi crossed his arms. Yoongi. Jungkook, you're kidding? Yoongi shook his head. Yoongi, he has people on the inside. If we don't act fast, he will disappear before we can get your mother. Jungkook felt rage boiling inside him. Jungkook, no, I wouldn't let him escape. Yoongi leaned forward. Yoongi, then we need to move now. I have a contact in the police force. We can use them to monitor Jihan's movement, but we need a plan. Jungkook took a deep breath, trying calm to his storm inside him. Jungkook, first we find my mother. Second, we expose Jihan for what he really is. Taehyung nodded. And then we do it without bloodshed. Jungkook, where? Before Yoongi could answer, the distant sound of siren filled the air. Taehyung's eyes widened. Taehyung, the police. Jungkook rushed to the window. A police jeep had stopped in front of the mansion. Several officers stepped out, their hands on their holsters. Yoongi cursed under his breath. Yoongi, damn it. Jihan must have pulled some strings. Jungkook clenched his fist. Jungkook, what now? Yoongi pulled out his phone. Yoongi, we run. Jungkook's heart pounded. Taehyung grabbed his hand. Taehyung, I'm with you. Jungkook looked at him, and for the first time in a long time, he felt a sense of hope. No matter what happened next, he wouldn't face it alone. To be continued. So everyone, there is not much left in this story. Hope you will enjoy it. How was this episode? Comment it down. See you again.